Am I tired of doing the most? Yeah, pretty much. Glory be to God. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Yeah, Pretty Much, a show where I talk about pretty much anything, everything, and nothing for about 10 minutes every single Monday. There's also a vlog channel, so go ahead and check out the vlogs. I got a lot of them. I just recently released one about Mother's Day, so go check that one out and check out the other ones. And then if you like what you see, subscribe. And I would appreciate that because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Well, still in quarantine, still locked down, still in the house chilling. I think a lot of people are realizing that this is going to be a little bit longer than they thought it was going to be. So everybody is this is what it looks like to me. I don't know if this could have been happening, but I get on Instagram like once a week. And recently when I got on Instagram on Friday, I realized that a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff. So like people are now taking their time to finally start that podcast, finally start that book, do that magazine, become a photographer, become a YouTuber. Like everybody is doing a lot of stuff. And I don't know if this is true or not, but this is just what it seems like to me. Like when it first started, when the pandemic and the quarantine first started compared to now, a lot more people are doing stuff now as opposed to when it first started. So people, I guess in the beginning were like, what is this, basically? And now they're like, you know what? Let me take advantage of it. And that is all fine and dandy. That is all cool. But on my side, I'm feeling like maybe I personally need to stop doing so much. Because I'm like, there's two different types of people. There's people who in the beginning of this pandemic was like, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to start releasing content. I'm going to start working on that book that I've always wanted to work on. And then there's people who are just now starting to do it. And I consider myself one of those people that hopped on it early or whatever. But like, I started thinking like this past weekend, I'm always doing something. Whether it's a new video, whether it's some kind of challenge, whether it's some kind of like podcast like I'm doing now. Then we had the year one podcast when Ashley and I first got married. I got vlogs, I've made books, I got documentaries. I'm always trying to do something, and it's like I can't sit still, because when I'm sitting still, I'm thinking I'm wasting time or something like that. But this past weekend, I started thinking like, man, I be doing the most, and that's terrible English, but that's what my mind said. My mind said I be doing the most, and I realized this past weekend a few things. I took a Sabbath, like a legit Sabbath, on Saturday, and I just rested. I relaxed and just wasn't watching TV or on social media or anything. And I was just thinking like, man, number one, when I'm not around people, I basically start to decline. Like, I stop caring about like what I look like. I stopped caring about like what I dress like, because who's gonna see it? You know what I'm saying? And that's a valid thought to have. Like, a lot of people have thought that like no one's gonna see me, so I'm gonna dye my hair purple, or I'm gonna, grow my hair out or something like that. And that's good and dandy, but you gotta take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've been more caught up in what I'm doing than who I am, basically. So like, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but like, don't get so caught up in what you're trying to do in this time that you forget who you're supposed to be. So like, trying to figure out what you're gonna do is cool. You finally getting to work on that podcast, you finally getting to do that book or whatever, all that's great. Like, this is the time to do that, but don't lose who you are and pursuit of trying to do. Like, let's say you don't have a job and you're trying to find work or whatever. Do that, but also don't forget who you are as a person, and don't forget to work on yourself. Like, we spend so much time on what we're trying to do and like what we can do, like always trying to find a solution for the world's problems or whatever, but we never think to ourselves, like, maybe we are the solution, not what we do, but who we are as a person. And so, like, I think it's really important to not forget to work on yourself, you know, because you don't want to be spending all your time trying to figure out what you're going to do. Like, you don't want to, like, be in front of the computer all day or creating stuff all day or trying to read or whatever, that you forget about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be healthy, get out, exercise, walk, because your body is the temple and your body is important, and you don't want to mess up your body trying to produce stuff the entire time. Am I making sense? I feel like I don't want to seem like, oh, Garrett, he be doing the most. You know what I'm saying? He and everything. Because I don't be doing the most, but it feels like I'm doing the most because I don't focus on myself. Like, at the end of the day, I'd be like, man, I don't really feel that great because I've spent the entire day in front of a computer trying to create something or trying to figure out what the next thing is going to be. And so I think it's really important now to get to yourself. Focus on yourself. Do what you got to do. Like, I'm still going to be making these podcasts. Continue episode 3 is going to come out soon. I'm still going to be creating stuff, but you also have to prioritize yourself as well. Like, working on yourself. Like, I don't know why, but this whole time I'm like, it just hit me recently. Like, man, I could be working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over here like, oh man, maybe I'll drop this song, maybe I'll drop this mixtape, maybe I'll drop this, maybe I'll do that. I never thought until literally this past weekend, man, I could be working out. I could be getting swole like a mug. It's like, I never thought any of that kind of stuff. And then it's like, recently I just looked at myself like, why haven't I been working on myself? So I just say all that to say, like, work on yourself if you haven't been. Don't forget to work on yourself. Like, we spend so much time trying to do that we forget what we're trying to be. And like, you can, even though we've been in quarantine, you can still be busy. Like, you know, like, a lot of people are like, man, I'm glad that I'm in quarantine because I'm out of the rush and busyness of life, but you can still be busy trying to figure out what you're going to do next. And you could end up in the same cycle that we were in before this whole quarantine. So just focus on what it is that can make you better. And I got like a minute left. I just kind of want to hit on this thing that's been happening I see on Facebook where everybody's making the avatars. Like, y'all really be hopping on stuff like mad quick, huh? Like, if something pops off and something becomes popular, everybody will do it. That's what I'm learning about our generation. If someone says this is the move and that person has high reputation, and then people start doing it and everybody starts seeing everybody doing it, people will jump on that wave like it ain't nothing. And like, it's funny, but it's also like, I hate to be the person to be on a serious tip like this, but like, be careful with what you hop on because you never know. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's good. Like, just be careful, y'all. Be careful what you accept and what you agree to out of boredom and out of like popularity. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all. As always, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next Monday. God bless y'all. Peace. Yeah.